And we're live.
Yeah, I have a hard time putting my arms around how big the JRE show is. It's pretty big.
It's the biggest show there is.
Right? And I think it's the biggest, I think you said it right. It's not the biggest podcast. It's not the biggest YouTube channel. Is there a bigger show on Earth? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a bigger movie on Earth. I think that if you told me more people have watched a JRE snippet than Endgame, or better yet, all the Marvels combined, I'd be like, yeah, I bet JRE has more views than the whole Marvel series.
I mean, like he does 2 or 3 of those things a week, right? Like,
yeah.
His most recent, not his most recent one, but the one he did last week with Post Malone is 9 million views, you know? And like, he's just going to keep cranking those out. Now, he did one with Deborah So the other day, and they talked about like sex research, and she's also like in a remote location. So it's only got 1 million views, but it went up yesterday.
1 million's a lot. The other guy was 900 grand.
Or 9 million.
Oh, my
Post Malone
mistake.
was 9 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Every so often Joe has a guest who's not a good enough speaker. And that is, I never think Joe fails to do his job, but you can only go so far with a bad guest. He has one who's a CIA guy who seems to get a lot of views. And I'm like, ooh, I'm interested in his take on this topic. And then 7 minutes in, I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Do you have a point? Can you get to it?
I was so annoyed when Bob Lazar was on. Like that guy is that the UFO guy.
Oh,
he was having a headache, and it's just like, well, the fuck, man. Like I don't think Bob Lazar has a lot going on. Bob Lazar just annoyed me for a half a dozen different reasons. And there's somebody else that was just really annoying. Oh, the other day he had on those 2 guys, and they were talking about Skinwalker Ranch and like aliens and all sorts of like nonsense. And they're talking about how there's cattle mutilations on this ranch. And Rogan's like, are there any photos of this? You know, he's being like a normal human being. Like, he's not going like, wow, that's crazy. He's like, so you have any pictures or proof? He's like, oh yeah, we do. Like, because they're describing this cattle mutilation like something that's completely unnatural. Like, oh yeah, there's these surgical cuts. And they're describing this timeline where it happened in like 30-minute period and there's no blood on the ground. And he's like, you got any pictures of this stuff? And they show the pictures, and it's like, Rogan's like, yeah, it looks like coyotes got at it. And I'm looking at it like, yeah, coyotes got at that. That's exactly what happened there. It's a fucking calf that died because calves don't always live; they just die. And coyotes will kill calves, and the fucking coyotes ate it. Like you could tell the fucking like scavengers got it, this dead calf, and they ate it.
Yeah, both you and Rogan would have some subject matter expertise on that. Like, I get it. Yeah, I don't know. He puts on a good show. He does a good job.
Oh, he's the best. He is the best. I love it. He's moving to Texas, you know.
I thought Colorado.
Texas.
Okay. Well,
unless something's changed very recently.
No, because my information's like 2 years old. So.
Yeah, I would think Colorado too, because the weed
and the
weed
hunting.
is quite
I think
illegal.
That's where he vacations to hunt.
Well, Texas has so much hunting. Like maybe not the kind that he's into, like that mountainous like elk and
he's into like hiking hunting or something. Yeah, like I picture him climbing with his hands and his feet over the steep embanks to get to
like fucking Gollum going up a mountain with those big the tip of every finger is like a big toe kind of hands. Yeah, he my guess is he moves to Austin. That seems like more his style, and I doubt they prosecute marijuana crimes there. Austin is a cool fucking city. Shout out to anybody from Austin listening right now. I love fucking Austin, Texas. It's completely different from anywhere else in Texas.
Okay,
very cool, like hippie kind of trendy party town. It reminded me a lot of Athens, Georgia, but with cowboy hats. It was great.
I've only been to Dallas, so.
I've been all over. I like Dallas. Dallas is the big city. Houston is very nice too. Houston's probably my favorite place to like actually have like
Houston's bigger than Dallas.
Yeah, Houston's my favorite place to spend like a few days in because there's lots of nice restaurants, lots of nice hotels, lots of ladies. But Austin is just such a cool party town.